I think we're live.
Oh, are we?
I don't know. It always does like this delay. I never really know. I think we are almost live. Now we're live? We'll see if we're live. I really got to figure out the Zoom timing, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's like every time I go live on Facebook. There we go. See, we are live. I see us.
Oh, cool.
It just takes a minute. That delay every single time makes me kind of lose it. Yay, and people are watching us. Look at that. Teamwork.
Nice. Good work.
Hey, you guys, how are you? Happy, what is today? Monday? It's Monday. Oh my gosh. We are in vacation mode. Don't know what day of the week it is. We are currently in Las Vegas and we are headed on our epic road trip across the Southwest, which we're super excited about. And our next stop after this is we're headed to Zion. So we're doing Zion and Park City. So hitting Colorado after that, coming back around to New Mexico, Arizona, back to San Diego. So we are multitasking some work and some business over here, but didn't want to skip out on our Monday Night Live. So tonight we are talking about how, oh, and this is Jeremy.
Yes. Hello.
The man behind the scenes, which we're super excited. He is officially our, what title did we give you?
COO, but
Chief Operations Officer.
Also technical,
CTO,
finance,
CFO. He's doing all the things. After 15 years of working his engineering management job, he's officially on Team Launder full time.
Yep.
Working on myconsultanttraining.com, the Modern Direct Seller Academy, supporting some of our corporate clients, and we couldn't be more excited. So we're celebrating with this big road trip for the next couple weeks, but still showing up, still doing some business. As you guys are logging in, say hello, let us know where you are joining us from. And tonight we are going to talk a little bit about creating your own landing page, your own blog, and your own website. So that's kind of a lot. Full disclosure, we have a pretty amazing course called Launch Your Website in a Weekend, and we will talk a little bit more about that and share a special promo that we have coming up here at the very end. But for those of you that might not be quite ready for a full-fledged giant website yet and are kind of baby stepping into it, we wanted to first start talking about what it's like to set up a landing page. So first off, this is going to be a little Q&A tonight. I'm just going to be the hostess with the mostess over here. First off, Jeremy, tell us what a landing page is. So what is a landing page and how can that support your business?
Yeah, so like a landing page is essentially just like a single page website almost. It's a page that would be dedicated for like a single purpose, and could be for, like, we have landing pages for like our courses and products and that kind of thing, to that talks about the details and how much it costs and why it would be useful, all that kind of stuff. But you could use a landing page for pretty much anything to try to get somebody's email address for if you were going to run a promotion or a challenge or something like that. You'd have the details about that thing, a little form for how to sign up, and it'll be tied to your like email service provider where you're sending emails from, and then they fill out the form, they get on your email list, and then you can contact them about that thing in the future.
Yeah, so typically in the world of marketing, the differentiation between like a regular web page and a landing page is that a landing page usually doesn't have navigation at the top, because your primary goal is to get your customer to land on that page and to give up their email address or their contact information. And in return, you're typically providing some kind of high value freebie. So you guys may or may not have realized you've done this many times before, whether you're downloading like an ebook, or if you're getting a checklist or a workbook, or enrolling in a challenge, like Jeremy said, any of those, typically you end up on a landing page, give up your contact info, end up on somebody's email list, and you end up being nurtured along the way. So in the world of direct sales, there's so many ways to do this. Of course, you have your company replicated site where people are going to go and that's where they're going to shop. But then beauty of having a landing page is that you can really, reach a lot more customers, and there's a specific call to action on that page. So join my 10-day nutrition challenge, or get my checklist for the cutest fall styles for your kids, or I don't know,
summer reading challenge.
do a reading challenge. There's so many different things, whatever you can think of that's high value that you're providing to your customer. They put their info in and they're on your page.
Yep.
So if somebody is just getting started, how do you set up a landing page? What do you need to have in place to be able to create a landing page?
Yeah, so your email service provider will typically provide a way for you to make a landing page, and usually it's a pretty simple process. They'll have templates and things that you can work from. Mm-hmm. So the 3 email service providers that we typically recommend are either ConvertKit, MailerLite, or Flowdesk. Mm-hmm. Those are the most popular among our group of people, and all of them have a way to create landing pages. And there's a blog post. I don't know if you linked to it or not.
It's linked to it in this post description on creating a landing page.
Yeah, so that walks through making pretty much the same landing page in those 3 different providers, just showing how it's done. So yeah, it's really, they offer templates, or a block editor. It's pretty easy to put it together with either of those platforms.
Yeah. And just kind of a couple differentiators, because everyone always asks, okay, so you're recommending 3 different email services. Yeah. Which one do you like the best, right? So it really depends on where you're at in your business. So MailerLite is a great free option. You typically have to have your own domain, right? Lately, that's kind of what they're asking.
Yeah, they have an approval process. So if you have your own domain name and really your own website, it makes it easier to get approved. But
right. But you can definitely apply, right? There's no harm.
Some people have got it with, using their Facebook page or something like that.
Exactly. But that's free up to what, 500 subscribers?
I think it's 1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah.
So that's MailerLite. And then if you're really into prettiness, if you want a pretty layout, I really love Flowdesk. It has a really beautiful kind of look and feel to it. So Flowdesk is a great solution. Or if you're looking for a little bit more sophistication and automation in your email service provider and are willing to pay for that, ConvertKit's probably, that's our go-to. That's what we use.
That's what we use, yeah. And they actually have a free plan now. I think it is up to 500 subscribers, and you can send broadcasts, you can make landing pages, but all the automation, automated email sequences, that kind of stuff are not included in their free plan, versus MailerLite, you get pretty much everything in their free plan. So, typically we recommend, if you're just getting started, go check out MailerLite. It's free. You can get started, kind of figure it out. You can always export your people and move to another platform later if you want to. Mm-hmm. So usually our default kind of go-to is go try out MailerLite.
Yeah. And I mean, the beauty is you're not only getting an email service provider that you'll be able to send emails to your customers, but then you're also getting this platform to use as a landing page where you can collect your customers' information and get them onto your email list. So then you can nurture them and warm them up and butter them up. And so they're ready to make that purchase when the time is right. So that would be a landing page. I also linked up how to create your own website. So if you are a DIYer or you like to follow very detailed instructions, thanks to Jeremy, there is a blog post on pretty much how to DIY your website. Who would be a good fit for somebody to go through that process? Because it's a fairly extensive process in setting up your own site.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the time and the energy and desire to kind of learn it from the inside out, starting from scratch pretty much, then
you're Jeremy. He's describing himself right now. No, but I think you do need to know that if you go the DIY route, it definitely takes a good amount of time.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a learning curve. You should have some technical skills behind you, or at least the desire to learn. If you're like me, you're like, you just want it like done. Like you want to, you don't want to take the time to figure it out. You just want to get website out there, then, that might not be the best route for you. But we did include instructions over. And is there anything you'd say on that? Just, I mean,
No,
there's a lot of detail in that blog post.
Yeah, I mean, it goes over everything, how to, picking your web hosting company, essentially where your website lives. We show we show it using the Divi theme, which is, what we use on Launch Your Website in a Weekend on our own websites. And it's got like
a WordPress theme.
Yeah, so it's got like a visual drag and drop builder. So we show how to, get started with that. And then, I mean, it's got everything from, by the end of it, you would have like your bare bones kind of website there ready for you to go design at that point.
And so then you would be designing the images that are going to go on your website. You would be connecting all of like your email opt-ins, your social media accounts, your replicated website. And then you would also be writing the copy for your site, which is basically all the words that go on your website. So it would be it's a fairly big undertaking, but definitely doable. And if that's kind of your style and you want to know all of the ins and outs and DIY it, you definitely have that available to you. There's a link in this post on how to do that. So let's talk about Launch Your Website in a Weekend, because that is our favorite method, because that's the course that we've created for all of you. And I guess just a little bit of background on Launch Your Website in a Weekend. I had my own website pretty much from the get-go when I started my direct sales business. As soon as I realized like I could make like some legit money, I was like, I think I should have my website. And I got so many questions over and over and over again, like, whoa, like, how did you create your own website? Like, that makes you look different than other people in your company. And you have your own website? Like, that's really cool. Like, how are you using that? Or how did you set that up? We just got tons and tons of questions on it. But we knew that building a website from the ground up can be challenging and difficult and time consuming and maybe not something that, you really want to do. So what we ended up doing is we created a course called Launch Your Website in a Weekend, and we walk you through the steps of building your site with step-by-step tutorials. Jeremy is the narrator, so you hear his voice and you see his screen as he takes you through each step of going through the course. And what we provide to you is a template website. So we have several templates you can start with. So rather than starting from nothing and starting from scratch, you're already starting with the right structure and the right template in place, and then you can kind of just customize it and make it your own. So we've had students complete the Launch Your Website in the Weekend course like
one night
in a night. Like,
yeah.
So we call it in a weekend, but like we also have people where it's taking them a couple months as they've like gone at their own pace to go ahead and set it up. So it's really a self-paced course. You don't have to do it in a weekend. You don't have to do it in one day. You don't have to do it in 30 days. It's really up to you at, how you want to go about building it.
You can. That's where the name came from.
Yes, you can do it in a weekend or even faster than that if you want. And maybe just talk about that process. Like Jeremy works with all of our new website users and gets them set up and sets up their account. So what are some things that they need to have in place in order to jump into the course?
Yeah, so really the only thing you need is a domain name, a URL that you want to be for your business. So,
so that's like your myconsultanttraining.com. So you would purchase that, which is usually how much?
It's usually about $12 to $15 a year. So it's not very much.
Not much, right? So you would have that domain and then they provide you with that information.
Yeah.
You configure their site.
Right. Yeah. So we take care of the hosting. So yeah, you essentially go on the landing page, buy the product. We have either, a one-time payment or spread it out over monthly payments.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. You can spread it out.
Yeah, and then there's a little form with basic information, your domain name, contact information, shopping links, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I take that and I will load up your template site, create your hosting account, send you an email, usually within like 24 hours. and then you're ready to go. So you have access to the course that walks you through, you know, the step-by-step how to update your template website and manage your hosting account and all that kind of stuff. You'll have access to that right away. And then once your account is created, then you can go in and start, you know, following the lessons, updating your site, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and I
yeah,
think
it's a shortcut. So rather than having to go, you know, pay for your own hosting account, get all the files loaded into your hosting
find
account.
a template.
Yeah, find a template, find a theme, you know, create the website. You've got this starting point. And you know, some people will just swap images out, swap text out to personalize it. Some people completely, you know, revamp the whole thing. It really just kind of depends on what you want to do with it, really.
Yeah. And I think, you know, one of the cool things about it, not only do you have the step-by-step tutorials and the courses that, you know, you can go through. I think the best way to do it is like have it on your phone over here while you're doing it on the screen at the same time, right? So you can kind of follow along. But you also have some additional support. So you get to borrow my husband a little bit. But I mean, Jeremy works with all of our new students. If they break something on the website, which is kind of hard to break something, but occasionally, like, you know, something gets like wonky or you get stuck or you're like, like, I'm not sure what I did over here, then he can help you, you know, make sure it gets fixed and that you have the support you need. And then we also have a community group. So maybe talk about the community group now that Jeremy's full-time job is is working with our team. You know, I think that there's even more that's happening over in the Launch Your Website in a Weekend community group.
There definitely will be soon. So we have a private Facebook group for all of the Launch Your Website in a Weekend customers. And there's, you know, when anyone has a question about something they're trying to add to their site, or, you know, if they want some opinions on how they've done something on their site, post it there, get good feedback. And then, I'm going to start doing like, you know, weekly like tips, like kind of quick tips how to, you know, do certain things with your website or with the theme that we use. I'll be doing some of that stuff. And we put a poll in there, just, you know, kind of asking the community what sort of additional information that they'd like to see. So now that I have more time, I'm going to start doing some more of that stuff.
Yay. So good. So good.
But I wanted to touch on one more thing, like you were saying. So the additional support is kind of key, because if you go off and get your own hosting, your web hosting company isn't going to help you when you break something on your site. They're going to go tell you to hire a developer. The only thing that your web hosting company is going to do is if there's some problem with like your server, or, you know, where you're, you know, essentially the infrastructure that hosts your website, they'll help out. But they definitely don't help with any of the, you know, I can't figure out how to get this thing working on my site or whatever. If it's not related to your hosting, they're going to go tell you to go hire a developer. So,
and hosting is just the place that your website lives. So people, you know, that are not techie, basically all websites have to be hosted somewhere. They have servers where the files of the website go, and you always, no matter what kind of website you have to have hosting for that website to live in the World Wide Web. So we host websites for our students, and that comes with some extra support too.
Right.
So yes. So that is, a little bit about Launch Your Website in a Weekend. We usually do a promotion, like, I don't know, twice a year maybe, where we have some specials going on. So I know that's what you're all waiting for. So we will be doing a special that launches on Wednesday, where you can join for $100 off, which is pretty exciting. So that takes the price down to $297. Or you can do, I think it's a payment plan of, I don't know, 5 payments or something like that. So we'll have the website. You can go look at it. There's a link right now where it goes through all the features and all the details of what's included in the Launch Your Website in a Weekend course. That's all there. None of that is changing. The only thing that is changing is that we will be giving you a coupon code to get $100 off. And if you're in the academy, there's even a little bit specialer coupon code for you. So be on the lookout for that as well. All of that should be popping into your inbox on Wednesday. while we are at Zion. So that's the next stop on our road trip adventure, which we're excited about. Anything else on landing pages, blogs, websites? You guys have questions about any of this? Let us know. I am not seeing a bunch of comments right now, so I'm guessing we're covering it all and we're just doing a fantastic job. But if you're catching the replay, ask us questions. We'd be happy to, answer any questions you have.
Did you want to like cover any of the, I don't know, a little bit more about how it helped you run your direct sales business? Because like she would always use it to like refer people back to, she would go do like a booth event, collect email addresses and things there. They'd get on her email list, and then she could email them, hey, I wrote this blog post that, might be interesting to you, and refer people back to the website. And it's just a way for them to get to know you better, kind of build that know, like, and trust factor with your customers, so they want to continue shopping with you. And
yeah, and I mean, I think the best thing is that it's working in the background for you. So, like, of course, you'll have your company replicated website, and then on the shop button on your own website, it will link to your replicated website so people can still shop. But, collecting email addresses, well, we would be out to dinner and I'd be like, oh, look, some people joined my email list today. That's exciting. Or if you're featuring a product or doing a product review, posting that on your blog. So each of the Launch Your Website in a Weekend templates include a blog feature. So blogs are great for just kind of just-in-time posts. If you're already posting on social media anyway, repurpose that content and use it as a blog post and drive traffic back to your site. That's another way to kind of build your following. And the cool thing about blog content, which I think, I don't know if this is always something that we talk a whole lot about, but like when you post on social media, if you post here on Facebook, like it lasts 24 hours, 48 hours at best, right? Like if I'll probably send you an email on Wednesday and it will link back to this video. We might get a couple more days worth of views from it. But a blog, the more traffic you get, the more visitors to your site, the higher you rank and the higher you show up in search results. So that's always great too, that like it doesn't lose visibility or lose credibility over time. It just continues to gain. So even on my website now, my very old direct sales website that I have not actively used for 2 years, but I've had probably for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Like people still join my team, you guys. And then I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm not actively running this business, but they find my join link, they read about me, they watch a couple videos from me, and they're like, oh yeah, I think I want to join this girl's team. Or, oh, occasionally I'll get like a random order here and there for a business I'm not even working because my website is working for me in the background. So that's another perk. There's a whole lot more of that, but yeah, like if I met a customer at a booth event and then I refer them back to the website, I'm just building more credibility with them. They're like, oh, she's serious. Like she's serious about her business and she even has her own site. Like it's not, it's not just the company site that's a cookie cutter site that looks like everyone else, where they don't really get to know me as a person. So that I think that that's one of the biggest value adds of having your own website, in that it's just another way for you to connect with your customers and for them to get to know you, even if you're not sitting down across the table and having coffee with them and, sharing your heart with them. So yeah, lots of perks of having a website, and there's a ton of information about that. I will pop into your inbox probably on Wednesday and share a little bit more about what I love about having my own site. It definitely has helped me build my businesses faster and given me more credibility and leads and traffic, which I think we could all use a little bit more of these days, right? I'll take it. So anything else?
No, I don't think so.
You want to go to the pool? All right, you guys, thanks for being on with us tonight. I don't know if it's just my view. I'm kind of like a weird setup here tonight, but I'll go back and I'll check and see if there's any comments. If you've been watching, make sure you're saying hello so I know that you are here as well. I feel bad that I usually am like, hey, so-and-so, hey, but I'm not seeing it all tonight. So have a great evening. Look in your inbox on Wednesday for more info, and I won't be live next Monday. I'm going to skip a week, but I am hoping to get Chelsea on here with me in the next week or two, who has launched her own website, and just kind of share a little bit of her success story with you, because that's inspiring and exciting. So hopefully we'll be doing that real soon.
Cool.
All right, guys, have a good night. Talk to you later. See ya.